is a Fox 17 winter weather alert.
Okay, Ryan, we're talking some weather now. Went through the entirety of November and December without these red banners down at the bottom of the screen. Any winter weather alerts, none of those. But now, for the second time in what is it, like 3 or 4 days, we've got them going. And not for tonight, not for tonight. If you're moving out and about between now and the next several hours, absolutely nothing bothering you other than mercury that is starting to drop off. And it is. We're down to 23 degrees. I think we may get as low as 18 in Grand Rapids overnight tonight. Let's start off with this snow stat graphic. Average snow through December 31st. Obviously tomorrow, we're into January already. We should have had 29.2 inches if you go by climatology. Actual snowfall so far this cold season, 5.3 inches, and we picked up 3.7 the other day. So previous to, what day was it? We're at Thursday now. Previous to Tuesday evening, we had 1.6 inches. Last year, through December 31st, we had gotten 21.1 inches, and I was thinking that number had gone up from yesterday when I showed you the stat at December 30th. So last year, on December 31st, we got about, I think, over 5 inches of snow here in Grand Rapids. The record through December 31st, how about that? 82.3 inches we had received already in the year 2000. We're taking a look at the numbers from north to south across the viewing area. Upper 20s in our northern sections. Clouds thinning out a bit. I was looking at that infrared satellite imagery. It's hard to see the clouds because there's these low-level clouds, because on the infrared satellite imagery, high-level clouds are beginning to work in from the south. Very, very thin ones. They will not impact our temperatures overnight, but it's hard to detect where the low clouds are at this point. They appear to be thinning just a bit, and that's why we've gotten down to 23 degrees, or even just completely going away down to the south, Kalamazoo, southward to Three Rivers. How about sections like Cassopolis? How about South Haven at 23 degrees? That's pretty chilly right along the lakeshore. Typically, there's that insulation effect, but there's no movement of the air. It's basically calm, so it's as cold along the lakeshore as it is for inland locations. Overnight low may get as low as the upper teens, but with clouds increasing, high and mid-level clouds, we're probably bouncing back to 22 at 7 a.m., 27 at noon, and you know, we got to get to the freezing mark to avoid wintry precip. We're not going to do it before it arrives. So here comes this moisture. I think the over-under time I'm going with in Grand Rapids to see any sleet, freezing rain, or snow arrive is probably 2 p.m. If we haven't seen anything after 2 p.m., folks, you better be on the lookout, because roads are going to become treacherous when this moisture arrives, and that will continue throughout the duration of Friday evening. So be aware, a wintry mess is going to be coming in, and early Saturday morning, probably roadways will be slick as well until we get this taken care of. More light snow early Sunday morning. That could drop another coating, but the overall pattern into next week, as we've been talking about, is really not too bad. Readings will be well into the 30s with these daytime highs. Moisture coming up from the Gulf of Mexico, a clear pinwheel circulation there near the Dallas area, and that is going to be lifting north and eastward in close enough proximity to us that a whole host of winter weather advisories, ice storm warnings, and winter storm warnings southward from there are going to be impacting locations in the Midwest. Here's the winter weather advisory that is in effect for us, that goes until actually 6 a.m., I should say, on Saturday morning. Ice accumulations are going to be rather significant, I think, once you get to the south and east of Grand Rapids. This particular chart is having a hard time detecting it, but I think once you get south of Grand Rapids, particularly Kalamazoo, Battle Creek, Coldwater, we got to look out for accumulations on the order of perhaps as much as a quarter of an inch. So be aware that this is definitely a storm that you want to take heed of, and it can cause some very slippery travel tomorrow evening. We're going to turn over to some snow here in Grand Rapids, I do believe, by mid-evening tomorrow, and we can pick up a couple inches, maybe 2-3 inches, especially just to the north of GR. Watch the RPM model's perception of this, and you'll notice that there is that pink color. The latest run bringing in actual regular rain down to the south. I think that's questionable. These surface temperatures are going to be right around that freezing mark, so be aware anywhere within West Michigan tomorrow evening. Freezing rain, sleet, and snow. I think Grand Rapids sees a period of a few hours, maybe several hours of a wintry mix, and then we go over to snow, a couple inches or so on the table. Ryan, I'll have more coming up.
Big mess tomorrow. All right, thank you, Anthony. Ravenna